Okay, guys. So yes, I have thrown a lot out today, this weekend, not today, but just this weekend. But it's a good thing. It gives me practice y me pongo mejor entonces, así de hacerlo rápido y un impromptu. So este es me lo recomendó Chiflote Flow. He recommended to me, he says he's very dear in Chile, lo quiere mucho en Chile, Bubaseta, y sacó unos nuevos. So acaba de sacar Oveja y otros más, y son cortos, they're very short. So I'm going to see how many I can do. I don't think I'm going to do a 4. I might do 2 or 3 only, but let's see. Because, you know, I'm beginning to feel it, and I still have to edit the other 2 videos that I did prior to this one. So let's get into this and see what's going on with Bubaseta. This is the Giannini, the sniper. Nice music, nice intro, me recuerda a tango. Y esto es Chile.
Vine aquí desde muy lejos, para no ser siervo de nadie. Con respeto a los animales, lo lamento, no le dan opción. No me cuadra que me pongan un bozal pa' que no calle. Sientas miedo, que esa es la intención, bajar tu vibración. Fíjate en cada detalle, no mienten por televisión. Pobres ancianos criados a la antigua, yo sé que no es su culpa. Pero culpa tiene el ser que sigue ciego por su opción. Y unos pocos que tienen mucho y muchos que tienen muy poco.
Whoa, this guy is just bars after bars, man. This is a good one. Okay, so he's talking about how people don't talk too much because they seem to have and again, I can't recall the word. It's to cover the dog's mouth. You know, when you put that thing on the dog so that they can bark, you do that to human beings too, and they can't talk. Can't think about the word right now. I'll look it up and I'll put it up there. So I came here from far away, so I would not be the servant of anyone. Para no ser siervo de nadie. Vine desde muy lejos. I feel sorry for animals because the animals don't have any option. It doesn't fit me that they cover my mouth so that I cannot talk. That is the intention, to bring your vibration down. So he's talking about the people, the newscasters, the media, that poor old man, ya le está tirando a los baby boomer, que está hablando mentiras, he's talking lies, but he can't help it because that's his job. I mean, he doesn't even know that he's saying lies. He just feels that that's part of the system, that's part of what he's supposed to be doing. Or maybe he thinks that it's true, what he's reporting. I know it's not his fault. Hold on. Yeah, poor old man that talks in old terms, a la antigua, in old terms. And I know it's not his fault. So I don't know, but compa, that's like buddy. I'm still thirsty. It keeps being a suction, succión. It keeps being like it sucks. That's probably what he's saying. Succión, okay. Sigue siendo por succión. So, sí, compa tiene sed, but suction, but sigue siendo por succión. So he keeps drinking, like he's thirsty. All right, so maybe thirsty for money, thirsty for power, or thirsty because he's old and his saliva, is getting dry too. Could be a lot of those 3 things. It could be a lot of those. It could be one of those 3 things. That's what I meant to say. So there's a lot that have very little, and there's very little that have a lot. He's playing with the word there. Hay muchos que tienen poco y poco que tienen mucho. Same, kind of like same vibe with the other guy. What the other guy was saying, Ajax. That was a bar right there. Si piensa mucho, eres un problema. If you think too much, you're a problem then. You become a problem to them when you think too much.
Si piensas mucho eres problema. Vale el doble para el sistema porque el negocio.
Tú ganas el doble, no ganas el doble para el sistema.
Vale el doble para el sistema porque el negocio eres tú. Si piensas mucho eres.
O sea, ganas el doble para el sistema porque el negocio eres tú. So you earn the more, double of the system, double than what the system earns because you are the business. So maybe again, this could be saying to newscasters or politicians or celebrities talking on television, because they might make more than what the system allows them because they are the business themselves. Ooh, bars. That was bar. How long are you going? So he is dissing those people that are in the news and they lie, but their soul is like dying, their personality, their persona, but they don't care because they're making money. So he's saying, how long can you be a lamb? How long can you be a sheep? How long can you be a sheep? Because you're subordinating yourself just so that you can keep the salary that you're making. Bars there. That was a bar right there. And you can hear the ad-lib in the back. You heard it, right? Oyeron el sonidito en atrás de la oveja. La onomatopeya. La onomatopía. No regales tus pulmones por una vida llena de quejas. Oh my God, yeah, no wonder they like him. Okay, this should have been an Eminem. Had I known that he was like this, I would have put an Eminem an Eminem t-shirt. Because this guy's like bars after bars, man. That I like. No, don't waste your lungs in a life full of complaints. Bars. And that can go both ways too. That can go for people who are always saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it, and they never do it, and then they complain for the situation that they're at. Or they're saying, I want to get out of a relationship or whatever, but they don't do it. They don't do anything about it, and all they do is complain and complain, but they don't change their situation. And that can go also for the people on top that he's talking to who are making a lot of money, but they're sheep of the bigger power, of the higher power. And I'm not talking about a God. I'm talking about people on top with the money. The ones that are paying them to say the lie. So he's saying, don't compare yourself to other ones. So he's throwing a lot of bars here. He's also talking about people envying. Some people have a lot. You have more than some people, and some people have more than you. And that's how life is. That's the reality. Some of us, have more. Some of us have less. We cannot be comparing each other. We can only compare with ourselves, where we were at before and where we are at now. That's the only success that count. Because there's going to be people who are way ahead of you, and there's going to be people who are way below you, way far back behind you. So, not below you, but behind you. You know what I mean? La actitud será, well, your attitude is the one that takes you, that carries you on. Okay, pretty good. Let's see the next one then. Let me see this one, Criminal. That was the sniper. He was sniper. Ooh. So I was born in a broken home, in a dysfunctional home. He starts right away. Pretty good, huh?
Nacido en un hogar quebrado, sin ejemplo nacido en un hogar quebrado, sin ejemplo para nutrirse. Otro también fueron pobres al momento de reproducirse. Es la lógica de la élite, hay que cosechar esclavos para comer su tiempo siendo el tiempo libre tan sagrado.
Para comer su tiempo siendo el tiempo libre tan sagrado. Bars, man. And that's the criminal, the elite. So he's saying, you know, I came from a broken family, poor poverty. And then, you know, the cycle repeats itself. And I don't know if he has kids, but he's saying, you know, like that's what the elite counts on. You know, they're poor, and people in poor situation have more family. Now they have to take care of, and that way they're slaves to the job, and they don't have any free time. And not having free time causes stress to people. It causes insomnia. It causes heart disease. It causes obesity too, because you're not able to relax. You're not able to enjoy yourself. You're always working. And when people live like that, oh my God, it shows, it carries on in their faces, you know. El tiempo libre es muy importante y yo estoy sumamente de acuerdo con eso. Mi tiempo libre, respeto. Now, you know, sometimes you do stuff that you like in your free time, but when it comes to working,
Pudiese cría hijo para heredarle sus empresas. Se cría como puede porque al gobierno no le interesa.
oh my God, another bar. El pobre cría como puede porque al gobierno no le interesa. So the poor, he raises, like the rich has the money to raise their kids and provide them more wealth, that then in the future they're going to make more money. But the poor can only raise their kid as they can, as with the limited resources that they have, and the government doesn't care. And the governments are placed there to help the people, to support the people. That's what governments are for. You know, medical, health, and education are things that the government must provide. Also, you know, police, firefighters, and infrastructure. They're supposed to provide all that stuff, and also the defense. So he's saying now if he only can have what he can, and when he wants something that he cannot have, sometimes he steals it. Like he'll steal the Mercedes-Benz. But I mean, I don't know about that. Like I can see somebody stealing for food because they need food. I don't know why they would steal a Mercedes-Benz, because one thing is, greed goes both ways. I mean, rich people are greedy, but if you're poor, if you're working class, and you want more than what you can have, you're also greedy. You gotta be realistic. If you cannot afford it, you know, you just can't, and that's it. You gotta live with that reality. Nothing you can do about that. And getting into debt is only gonna make you more of a slave to work, less time for you to be free. So that's another thing. You have to realize, what do you have, financially speaking? ¿Qué tú tienes financieramente? ¿Qué es la cantidad de dinero que tú haces? Si tú no puedes tener ese carro, ese apartamento o esa casa, entonces déjalo. No te afanes en tenerlo, porque solamente vas a tener dolor de cabeza. Because working 2 jobs to have a house is not worth it. You're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy it because you're going to be at work. So when are you going to enjoy the one day that you might have coincidentally? The two jobs will allow you to have that day off. You're not going to enjoy it. So might as well not have it. Rent and, you know, go ahead and live your life and enjoy yourself. Because, hey, we only have one life.
La cuna de oro vagamente debe saber lo que es no tener. Políticos, policías, empresarios y militares. La televisión encubre las verdaderas criminalidades. La carne de...
Another bar, the television covers up the real criminals, you know. And politicians, they gotta have a vague idea of what it is to not have money. Vaguely, they need to have that idea so that they can relate to the people, and the people can vote for them, and then they go and work for the corporations and the billionaires that are giving them money for their runnings, for their campaign.
De cañón obedeciendo la banca mundial, y esa banca mundial obedeciendo oscuras entidades. El reflejo de un sistema que es selectivo, sin equidades, sin ejemplo que nos dan las autoridades, son las maldades.
That's another bar too. El ejemplo que nos dan las autoridades son las maldades. The example that the authority give us is violence. That's what they give us. You know, harsh punishment, hit, bars, man.
Es un ladrón que cría trajes y nietas, jamás sirve al dragón. Me da la sensación que sigue siendo nuestra culpa darle ese valor al precio que siempre nos insulta.
Yeah, it is. Then he goes and said, it gives me the impression that it is our fault at the end. Why? Because we keep giving them power. We keep putting them in power. Or we allow them to be in power.
El éxito que de pequeño nos inculcan. El éxito lo dice, éxito es salir. Sabías, no es tu culpa. En las campañas narcopolíticas ya sabemos quién son culpas. Los mismos que trafican niños, que culpan luego indultan. No se vive solo de aire, ya lo sé. Pero no caigas en la trampa, regalarte. Todo está diseñado.
I like that. So he said, of course, you cannot live off the air, but don't fall into the trap of, giving yourself up, giving up as a gift, like, just giving yourself to the society, to what they expect for you, what they want from you, to work as a slave because you're going to be successful. Because they put that in your head, the rat race. You got to be successful. You got to be financially successful. You got to be there. You got to have those cars. You got to have the house. You got to have the picket fence. All these things that they tell us as we're kids, and we don't have the means. It's just that the means are not there. Because if you're poor, it's very difficult to become, unless you have an extreme talented and you get lucky that you are so talented and you got, introduced or produced by someone who's already in the know. Unless somebody, mentors you in a company, unless you can come up with an invention, it's not.
Para que caigas ellos levantarse, tú trabajas, pagas impuestos para que puedan robarse.
Yeah, so you see, you work, you get up early, and you pay for that, and that you pay the taxes, so that they can steal the taxes. Bars, man.
Todo descaro de un disparo silenciado, un luchador de la verdad más que fue asesinado.
And then he's talking about that the fighter for the truth was assassinated. Yeah, well, there was one, this is Chile, so I don't know if he's talking about him, and the only one that I know of, Salvador Allende. But that was a long time ago. I don't think this kid is going to be rapping about this guy that was back in the 70s. And actually, esto del rap, con España no me parece tan raro como lo digo, porque España con la letra siempre ha sido they have taken always control when it comes to music and lyrics, But I didn't think that in Chile, to me, it's always been more literature, And yeah, está la Viña del Mar, que es donde se hacen las canciones, pero son canciones, no son raperos. So I don't know how much, rappers they have in Chile and how much they're accepted, cómo lo aceptan en Chile. Porque, sí, o sea, maybe I'm old, es que soy vieja también, porque cuando yo pienso en Chile, yo pienso en Rubén Darío, en Pablo Neruda. Rubén Darío, estoy pensando en Nicaragua. And I think also of Isabel Allende, like I said, Salvador Allende. So I don't know if he's talking about him, but Salvador Allende was assassinated in the White House. And when? September 11. I don't know what year. I can't remember the year. It was in the 1970s. But I know it was September 11. You know why I know it was September 11? Because when we had our September 11, the Chilenos that I knew at that time in San Francisco were saying, oh, yeah, we had ours too. You guys coincide, we had ours. We had when Pinochet took over. So, I don't know, guys. This guy's done. Let me see. Los criminales están libres que representan tu nación. The criminals are free and they represent your nation. I got caught up with history and poetry and writers, so forgive me. Let's go back to the rapping Chile. Vamos al Chile que rapea. Va a salirme de Isabel Allende y de Salvador Allende y déjame salirme de la política, meterme en lo que está hablando este muchacho. ¿Qué está pasando ahora?
Un luchador de la verdad más que fue asesinado. Algo de
que prefiero algo de vivir 100 años y los criminales, ¿cómo fue?
Con los criminales son los líderes que representan tu nación.
Los criminales are, yeah, the criminals are the leaders that represent your nation. Oops, sorry. Okay, I'm going to stop it right here because as you can see, oops, went back to the Oveja. Okay, so tomorrow I'll do the other two songs because they don't seem to be that bad. It's a shortcut and he enunciates very well. I can understand much of what he's saying. So, I don't know, I kind of like this guy. Me gusta el mensaje que da. Me gusta lo que está diciendo. Y también quiero ir la otra más tranquila ya y entenderla, digerirla. So anyhow, if you got to the end of this video, I will ask you to give me a like and subscribe and share, leave a nice comment, and don't worry about the subtitles. I will put the subtitles. The thing is that YouTube is very slow and automatically putting the English one, and I put it in English because it's easier to make the correction in English. Because everything is in English here, so it's easier to do it like that. Es más fácil para mí hacer la corrección en inglés y después hacerlo automáticamente que traduzca al español. So it automatically will translate to Spanish. But I had to wait first today for them to do the English caption. So anyhow, thank you and take care. This has been a Political Sunday. Bye.